padre.
Férem.
My mother.
Dr. Lin Xiaojin.
Pavlos Hadjianis.
Mrs. J. Yao.
Mr. Mohammed Fatmi Ghani.
My father.
Budiman Salem.
Laszlo Kocsor.
My wife.
Kocsó László. Kocsó Fodor Anikó.
Busi Sándor.
Kava.
Lincsi Black Coffee.
3-in-1.
A fehér kávé.
Cordyceps.
Cafés.
Minden. Lions Min.
Morinzi.
Ganoderma.
Difficult to do. I'm stupid.
Nem vagyok olyan.
Nem jelölt be senki a Facebookon.
Non ho tempo.
I'm busy. This is a pyramid. It's too expensive. Mi jól élünk.
Giorgio Tarallo.
Pavlos Hadjianis.
Pavlos.
István. Budimen Salim.
Budimen.
Osler.
Osler. Osler. Oslo.
Osler.
Mi? A Cérna Tündi.
József Speck.
Én.
Trustworthiness.
Speranza.
Kitörés.
Napfény.
Stability.
Család.
Eredményesség.
Emberség.
Agapi.
Megbízhatóság. Eszköz.
Lehetőség.
Support. Egészség.
Lifestyle.
Lifestyle.
Áttörés.
Unity.
Life.
Life. Life.
Harmónia.
Freedom. Morinzi. Spirulina cereal.
Nutrizi.
Macavita Coffee.
Nikoveci.
A szimokkal.
Pineapple jam.
Babaolaj. Morinzi.
Black coffee.
Androgy.
Michael Edgy.
Kozmetika.
Good afternoon and welcome everyone. My name is Charlotte Harris and I'm so excited. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. For any of you that know me, I have been on a search since I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in January of 2020. I've been on a wellness journey and every wellness company has different levels of purity. And 2.5 months ago, I realized I didn't have enough energy. I didn't have enough energy to get through the day. I didn't have enough energy to get back to life. I needed something more. And I got a little call from a great friend. You see her here. And she was just talking away. And then she told me about a wonderful gentleman, Mr. Pavlos Katsianis in Thessaloniki, Greece. He had introduced her to an amazing line of products from an amazing company, DXN, that's in 180 countries. Mr. Pavlos from Greece has been with this company for 11 years. He's a gold diamond and he's helped over 10,000 people with their health just to feel better. And the products he introduced me to has got my energy level through the roof. It's also helped reduce the pain that I've had from injuries. So without any further ado, let's say welcome to Mr. Pavlos live from Thessaloniki, Greece. Thank you so much for joining us.
Wow, it's an amazing privilege. So I really hope that everybody in America that follows today can cope with my accent because I'm not a native speaker in English. Thank you for the wonderful introduction and for being here, but mostly thanks to the DXN company because it really changed lives. So when I start each session informing people with what we do, what changed my life, I always say the same thing. We are here to change our lives. So immediately I want to start with a presentation that we use to share this amazing information. So I like to tell about myself that when I started this business, I was a cleaner. I got attracted by two things that I'm going to show in the presentation. Mostly this changes lives, but let's get to the information. So I have a picture here. I got this last September. It's the new headquarters of DXN. Why I show this? Maybe for American person is not excited. First of all, can you hear me well? Voice is coming through. Thank you so much. You're very professional. I want to show you the meaning of the name DXN. Its translation in English is virtue of trustworthiness. What does it mean practically? What they do, what they say they do. And I'm here because the product delivers. Thank you also for moderating the room today, microphones and cameras. Thank you. So I was in a search, me too, about health, and people visiting with copy of this product. Actually, this made me research online what is the Ganoderma, and I started seeing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of health stories. Always there was a little name, these 3 letters. DXN. I didn't know what it is. Actually, I didn't know it was also the solution to my economic problem, but always was the 3 letters behind the Ganoderma. And then I found the original company that changed lives, and with the most 1,000 health stories online. So I live in Greece. I'm feeling very comfortable today to share many health stories to the Americas. And this video will remain. So let's continue a little to this presentation. So the mission of DXN is to promote wealth and health and happiness. So anybody can say this. How can you be sure? There are so many products in the market, so many supplements. We don't have supplements, of course. We have superfoods. So many things with a promise, so many things on the fly, so many infomercials. How do you know? We encourage your research on Google, DXN and Ganoderma, and you will see the truth. Thousands and thousands of health stories. This convinced me to join this company. This really changed my life. Health of thousands, of course, my economic situation. So when the product is working, so simple. It may be copies of the product, but when the product is working, then the business is working and the life changes. And then you can be happy because we will see why. So why DXN? I have 3 pillars in these presentations. What excites me about DXN? First of all, the natural therapy, the coffee, and the growth of the company. But let's go talk about this. We have the courage to talk about natural therapy. This is not alternative medicine, what we do. It's the most normal thing, superfood. Our products is food, like coffee, like the noodles with spirulina, like a juice from an exotic plant. But it's not extracts, it's the full food. This is how they work. And because I have a river of testimonials in my team, not from the company just, in my team, and we have new testimonials every week with people, what I can record shows me that I have more than 10,000 health stories in my team alone. Because for 10 years, I was in a search with many companies about the health. And I had in 10 years about 10 stories. Now I have 10,000 health stories. This convinced me that I have the best. So every time I talk about it, it really makes me very, very excited. But don't you think that these days, more and more people seek the result in their health, the therapy, let's talk about it, with a natural way. And I'm not talking about homeopathy, alternative, I don't know, chiropractic, anything. I'm talking about science, what comes inside the mouth to be functional. So we have functional superfoods. Your research online can show you the results, and it's very exciting to us, as with the wonderful leaders, Charlotte and Charlene, who have organized this presentation. They see in themselves, and later they will share. When we say the word Ganotherapy, of course, we're not claiming therapy. We just show that the body can self-heal if you provide the right kind of molecules that many times after certain age cannot produce. This is why people have a lot more health problems. But Prevention now is the key. Why? Especially if you live in America, the health system is so vicious there, destroys lives, destroys marriages, future. You need to not be in the situation to be unhealthy. So what we say in DXN, how can I know this product can offer me prevention? Because they heal. So I can say it openly. Fortunately, I don't live in America. So today it's from Europe, this. You can share the video, will be in YouTube. We will download it, we'll repost it, but it's the truth. It's the truth. And in my team, having people with many, many heavy problems, even with cancers, with autoimmune problems, save hundreds of thousands of dollars if they would live in America, because we have free health care system. But still people here pay increasing amount of money in medicine. Listen, look what happened the past 2 months. In Europe, we have shortages of medicines and people pay a lot of money in medicines and they are sick. But with DXN products, you cannot be sick. You can heal yourself and save a ton of money. Why we say this? Because on our side are thousands of results. We share a few health stories today, but you can go online and Google it. So the main motto of the company is treat the body and the body treats the disease. It's how it works. It's the true natural way. So because we're recording this, we really appreciate if we don't use the camera, except from the presenters. Thank you so much. Let's continue. The other reason I'm here is the coffee. It's a vessel for people to know the Ganoderma. So this coffee is so popular. We're the #1 in sales in Ganoderma all over the world. And we know this from our turnover. But the coffee is almost for free. You just buy the wonderful Ganoderma and its functions. Don't you agree that many people want to be inside the coffee business? Because the coffee business means stability. People just drink coffee. Since the past 14 years, starting in Europe recession. And how has this affected the coffee business? Only positively. People drink a lot more coffee. Even in my country, we estimate 5 billion, in small Greece I live, 5 billion cups of coffee. Imagine what's happening in the Americas. And okay, I have more to say, I will keep it. But coffee is the easiest way to explain my business and people can try immediately how wonderful is the Ganoderma, because when they drink this first sip of coffee, your body, your tongue recognizes inside there are things I need. So this coffee is a necessity now. And we are coffee addicts. So this is a big opportunity for earnings with an easy way. The third reason I talk about DXN is the growth of the company. In the past decade, we were one of the fastest growing companies, not in network marketing, in the world. Why? Many coffee loving countries open as new markets to DXN. What brings growth? Growth. My striking example, the first day I met Sherlyn, it was in my house here, actually. I just retained for a big event of company in Turkey. And, I see a person from Peru with a population of 32 million to have 2 million people network there. This struck me, and they just have the coffee. It's a super powerful coffee of DXN. People love the coffee. I have friends in Germany who tell them that their relatives, family, are missionaries in the region, in Bolivia, and they go to villages far away, and they have makeshift coffee houses with DXN. They offer him the coffee there to drink. This works. This makes the company huge. The other reason about DXN to talk is the internal expansion. Now DXN has so much money, don't need loan, builds new factories all over the world, and brings new industries in our company, like the lifestyle products. It's tourism that you can make money, like the health foods we're going to talk about soon in America. This You know, in Greece, people don't eat noodles. This sells containers. They disappear, these products here. Super popular, super price, super immense, super filling when you consume. So it's an expanding business, and internally and externally, globally. Also, I didn't talk before about the global cafeteria concept. We make a cafeteria all over the world. People all over the world drink the coffee and we get money. The other main reason we are here, it's a company you can trust. Why? What they say, they do. And the result is more people trust DXN, because DXN means trustworthiness. So we have the past year, about every year, 1 new million people joining DXN. Why? Sorry, I didn't translate one word. Philosophy. Philosophy, it's a Greek word anyway. Philosophy, DXN philosophy. One Dragon philosophy means we produce everything by ourselves. We don't buy from outside. This guarantees for you the best price. So if you look like for the Ganoderma, our technology, open spore, in the market, the price is triple. This means that DXN has made its obligation to the consumer, us. The second, you can make an income from all over the world. And if you join big DXN events, you will see that people there are one-minded. They think the same. And this also brings unity. DXN is a business for good people who want to help other people. And this joins and also make you big in DXN. So at this point, just like to, this is some picture I took this year from DXN in the headquarters, showing that we produce, we manufacture, we distribute. So this saves a lot of cost for the consumer, because normally this product will have multiple price on the shelf. The way we produce is not cheap. At this point, I just like to share generally some categories of the products. I will, as I do this, I will share health stories. I will also like to tell you, feel free to type in questions in the chat, whatever you like, and I will reply. And then is the icing on the cake will be the health stories of the wonderful leaders, Charlene and Charlotte, who lived DXN in their life. This is why they share to you, and we are here together today. This will be the icing on the cake, okay? Then we will have finally the Ganotherapy session for 15 minutes. So I want to talk about little about the products. You don't know them. And you know, it's very difficult to talk about products to people. I don't like it. I don't like sales personally. But when I see the result that we help people, I can share easily. And this makes me rich. But because the products are selling and people find them exciting and talk about them. Let me get, first of all, the coffee. Why coffee is important? How do you know this is working? As I told you in the beginning, when I talk to people, I tell them there are so many products in the market. How you know this? Because I tell you, because I'm a nice guy, because I can talk a lot. I don't know. No, you can check it out. Our health stories, example with the coffee. You know, when we started this company, there was no office in Greece, but the company promised me to open office in Greece, and they started the operations to open the office after 3 months we joined. They put a lot of money in this little country, and now we're going to be this year 10 years open already in our country. Amazing. But how we know the product was working? To talk to other people, because I think Charlene and Charlotte and me are not people who like to promote products. We have more important things in life than promoting products. The coffee. My wife's name is Nancy, and her mother-in-law is Lydia. So after 3 months drinking the coffee, and we were together, she explained to us that, you know, after many years, I can bend my knee and put the heel on the couch. I can bend, because of arthritis, she could not bend the knees. Only after 3 months, her detoxification level was so high, so well, without feeling anything negative, only with 1 coffee per day, her knee was cleaned from arthritis. And then she continued with a wonderful moringa. I'm going to talk about it. I have something very exciting to tell you about it. Also, toxification can be the asthma. We have examples with people with asthma. Only with a coffee from the first week, they forgot about the spray. It's really changing life. With blood pressure, people approach me because somebody talk about the coffee and they know I'm in DXN business. They tell me their results. People I meet in gatherings, not DXN, other gatherings. And they approach me, talk about like with problems with arrhythmia or diabetes. Soon, when we have the Ganotherapy session in about 15 minutes, you will listen why this product is working. The other thing that DXN has, let me continue, not take too much time, about the beverages. I'm going to talk about something. This is the noni juice. It's the most tasty noni juice in the world, because it's freshly squeezed. How does this work? It works really well with depression. When they tell you they call you on the telephone from other European countries, they're telling you about depression and suicidal tendencies. And we explain in the DXN Ganotherapy that depression has to do with insufficiency of nutrients in your liver, not in your brain. And you just drink this juice and drink the coffee and a little spirulina. After 1 month, your tests are very positive. And they tell me they return to work and can feel love about their children. Is this life-changing? I think so. And I told you from the beginning, we are here to change our lives. First, the health. When there are, in Europe also, doctors like in America, hastily like to push you to make operation because there is a lot of money in cutting you and removing your parts. But many times there is no replacement, like with the thyroid, like for your knees. It's very costly also here to do it. But you can save. When we save people from removing organs that they need to survive, like the thyroid, also plays a big role in psychology. We are really, really happy because with the enzyme products we have, we change from the first week the chemistry of your body. And when you listen to Charlotte and Charlene, you will understand this. So I want to continue. The superfoods are functional. What does it mean? They work. How do you know? Please Google them. Google DXN testimonials. What you will see will amaze you. This is what I did. The same thing. I'm going to share one story about the products you see on screen now. Especially, we have many kinds of mushroom, like the lion's mane, the cordyceps, of course, the Ganoderma mushroom. So this week I received many messages about a person who was complaining heavily 1.5 years ago about late orders. He lives in a small Greek island. He was a very negative person. And now he was very positive. This person was feeling very bad because for 10 years, he would suffer all day long and night from headaches, very strong headaches, this person. And this was ripping his nervous system apart. So he did everything, the best neurologist in Greece. And we have very good doctors in Greece. We export, actually, doctors. And everything alternative, everything. Now he sent me messages, how much I thank you. And thank you, DXN, for the products. Because the past 6 months, I have 0 headaches. I'm perfect. I'm feeling very nice. He was a normal person, but he was suffering. Did his life change? I think so. This is what the DXN product do. This is just a small fraction about what the products do. And we just want to share this with you today. Thank you for being here. Again, I didn't translate. He's talking about the enzyme technology. So we have some products not available in the market. Enzyme products. My favorite is the apple enzyme because it's an energy drink full of enzymes, very cheap, that there is not available in the market. Only DXN produce with our fermentation technology. Enzyme products also is the cordipine and the moringa I talk about. Introduce this in your life. You know, in Greece, there's very popular the aloe vera. And many people, when we were doing marketing on television, approach us and say, you know, why buy this product, not aloe vera, which is 99%? Just try. And you know, when you have people, women, 75 years old, we still have problems with hormones, and the moringa normalizes, it's really changing their life and how they feel. Why? I'm going to talk about something inside this juice. It's called zeronine. Zeronine. I will write this in chat, but no questions in chat. Why? Okay. Non-juice is very difficult. The way we produce, it makes it very tasty. So the zeronine is absolutely necessary for your proteins to fold correctly when they are being formed outside the core of each cell. They need to fold correctly. But unfortunately, because of toxification inside the cell, outside the cell also, lack of good hydration in cellular level, many times proteins don't fold well. And what are proteins? Enzymes are proteins. Hormones are proteins. Let's talk about hormones. So how many women suffer because they have stopped the production of proteins, of some hormones. Why? Because they produce the hormones, but they're not folded correctly. And the body does not recognize the wrongly folded proteins. So they go in a mean cycle. Finally, the glands say, which are small factories in the body to produce these very, very necessary hormones to balance the body. And the body says, you know, I'm so tired. I'm going to stop the production. And then starts all these, the very big problems. And a lot of medicine, and the medicine get more and more. You can get outside this just by helping your body to provide the necessary molecules for your body to balance. And the zeronine does exactly this. So this is extremely necessary for every woman. When you try, you understand. I think it's the cheapest also available. So the enzyme products will really change your life. Soon we're going to hear from Sherlyn and Charlotte how it changed their life the past months. And to finish about the products, I want to finish the healthy foods. I showed you the spirulina. You don't have it in America, sorry. I just tease you. But it's amazing because the first 2 times we imported this in Greece, it disappeared in 2 weeks. And we didn't have. You have spirulina, but this is amazing with noodles. And super tasty and super healthy. The weight loss products, another webinar, we're going to focus on weight loss, March. And personal care. So, this I want to share final health story. You know, in DXN, as I was looking online, as I suggest you to do, to go online, one day in Facebook, I see a story about psoriasis. In Greek, psoriasis. So when I talk about the toothpaste of DXN, which, you know, is very exciting when you use it, you will see when you use it. I don't talk about what happens in your mouth. I want to know what happens on your skin, because internal, your digestive tract and your skin is the same kind of tissue. How do you know this works? Because we use the oil of the Ganoderma, massage oil, and the toothpaste for the healing of psoriasis with amazing results. As I told you, our product is not the Ganoderma, it's not the coffee, it's not like this. Our product is results. How do you know? Exactly 3 years ago, like yesterday, like Friday, I was in Turkey, in Izmir, making a seminar about DXN. And there was a guy consuming the Ganoderma from a copy company. For 5 years, he had psoriasis. 5 years, no results. 3 weeks with our very, very cheap protocol, just the coffee and spirulina inside. Outside, these two products. Outside on the skin directly, 3 times per day for a few minutes. In 3 weeks, he completely cleared the psoriasis. Also, I have cases I treated myself, but we didn't treat, we just treat the body. People clean. People who have spent hundreds of dollars, here we have euro, to heal themselves with special ingredients and zinc and things, and no results. And they feel very bad about their appearance. Did the product change their life? Yes. And we have many people relapsing, and many people who make super ultra specific diets, and they relapse. And when they try a superfood, which is just normal things, but they are super and they have the results. So what I have to say is thank you, DXN. I think I shared with you some health stories. I have so much more to tell you, but now it's time for Charlene to take over and handle this testimonial parts.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Pavlos, for that very informative talk. Thank you all for joining. I am excited because of how DXN has absolutely changed my life so far. And I say so far because I still am expecting bigger and greater things as time moves on. I've only been taking DXN products for about 2.5 months. It's going on 3 months now. And as I don't know if some of you know, but I've completely changed my life. Lots of stress happened, moved to a new country, just got married. That whole thing is hard, and with my autoimmune diseases, I have 2 of them. One is a degenerative liver disease. The other one is ulcerative colitis. It was very difficult to battle all of these new things at the same time as, trying to adjust to new life. But usually stress causes flare-ups with autoimmune diseases, and I am no stranger to that. And so with the 2.5 months that I had been taking DXN products, I started off with an enzyme mix, which is the lovely apple enzymes that Pavlos talked about, the Morinzi, which is the noni juice, and the Cordypine. And it completely changed everything. My first time taking them, Pavlos just gave me a sample. Hey, drink this. Tell me how you feel in 15 minutes. Well, 10 minutes later, I was like, okay, wait, something's happening in my stomach. He's like, is it good or is it bad? I'm like, I don't know yet, but I feel all of these things. A little while later, I got a little bit of the tea with Ganoderma in it. Literally for 2 days, I was on somebody's energy high for 2 days. And it was during that time that I had that phone call with Charlotte, and she was like, what is going on with you? I'm like, let me tell you. Let me tell you what just happened and what I've been taking. But long story short, I'm still with my autoimmune issues. I still have problems with stress. They still cause flare-ups from time to time. But with this enzyme mix, my recovery time has completely and drastically shortened. And I just recently got blood work done. A week before, I had a little issue with stress. And I still did my blood work that next week, and my inflammation levels in my body were normal. So when Pavlos talks about, changing your diet and you're doing all these life-changing things, but you're still having flare-ups or you're still having relapses, that was definitely my case. And but not the case when I started DXN. And so I'm super excited. Now I'm doing spirulina, and I also started the GL. And so I'm super excited to see what is going to happen in the next 2 months. I encourage you all to try for yourself, because this does change lives.
Thank you so much for sharing, Sherilyn. So then Sherilyn shared, we're just gonna pick up. She called me on the phone and she was so, her energy level was out of control. She was da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I was like, what are you on? What are you doing? And she told me about the enzymes first. And as soon as she introduced me to Pavlos, and I started with the enzymes. I tell you what, I mixed all of mine together. Pavlos was telling you about the noni juice, the morinzi. That's word for noni, morinzi. Well, I take the fermented morinzi. The fermented juices are for energy. When you get something from nature, the energy that you get from nature doesn't let you down. Pavlos, did you have something to say? No, okay, good. All right. It doesn't let you down. Everybody who knows me, you know that after my diagnosis, at first, my journey just started with food, but we don't have enough nutrients in our food today. So I got so far, I couldn't lose weight. And then, the second part of my journey, I got the weight off. And I thought I felt decent. I thought I had enough energy until we got back to life. When it was time to get back to the meetings, I'd make it to the midweek meeting, but I kid you not, I would sit there and I was just like a shell of myself. I did not have energy. Sometimes I couldn't even go around and talk to the friends. I just had to go to the back room, sit down, get through the meeting. Then when we got back to the pioneer sessions, that's when I knew it was not enough. I use coffee for a full day of service and fermented juice. This is what helps me to end the day of service. These fermented juices, the energy I get. But guess how fast it works? Pavlos was telling you some experiences of how quickly. I started with the fermented juices first. After 4 days, in 2.5 years, I got up at 8 o'clock. I got up at 6. I did 2 miles. I did 150 side crunches, 150 squats. By 8 o'clock, I was dressed. I did a Bible study. I drove to the Kingdom Hall for 9:30, and I stayed out in service till 3:30. And then at 8:30 that night, I did another study.
Charlotte, but not everybody knows what it is, what you're saying.
Oh.
Okay, just keep in mind.
Thank you. I had a full day. I had a full day of volunteer work. A full day. I got a workout in. A full day of volunteer work. And I had plenty of energy, all with multiple sclerosis. And so I've not always been a coffee drinker. I always thought coffee smelled so good, but I tried Starbucks. I tried every coffee. And I said, for this to taste good, you got to make it into dessert and put too much sugar. I said, I can't do that. Until my favorite coffee ever, Lindsay 3-in-1. I love this coffee. The aroma is amazing. It's robust flavor, robust taste. Even my husband says it's too strong, and I'm like, no, it's perfect. It's perfect. I love it. So the taste and the coffees are amazing, but you've got to try it for yourself. If you need more energy, if you want to feel better overall, we can tell you all day long how wonderful. Do go online and Google, do the research yourself. But if you want to feel the difference, get the coffee and the fermented juices. Thanks for letting me share. Pavlos, back to you.
Thank you so much. I learned so much from you and your presentations. And how truthful are you, of course. Charlotte, I'm super excited, of course, how you present. Thank you so much. And Sherlyn, we are here because of you, Sherlyn. I want to tell about these 2 health stories. Also, I like to about our friends. You can open the camera and share the health story when I give you the part, if you like. Or Katerina. Yes? Who is open the camera? But if you like to open your microphone, please share your name. And
My name is Evie.
Welcome.
Nice to meet you.
Ελληνίδα είμαι, but I have to speak in English so the other people,
Please.
they can understand what I'm saying. I'm living in Delaware, Wilmington. I just been a member a few days ago, but I have a friend, he's talking too much about you, about your products, and I know stories from other friends. So I want to start, you know, I want to start feeling the benefits and share that product with other friends. I hope this is going to be the start. Yeah.
No hope is needed. It works. Me,
Yeah,
I'm
I
11
know,
years.
I know.
You know, it's the sounds of. Thank you so much for sharing. On the next webinars, we are expecting to hear your personal experience about this or helping others. Because you know me, when I joined, I didn't have any health problems. But immediately, the first month, we have so many health stories. Just want to share with everybody. Thank you so much. Do you like to share anything more with us?
You know, sometimes we think that we are healthy, but we cannot understand the difference since we getting more healthy.
Yeah.
Right? So I want to start. I like to get the idea to get the coffee and everything else. So I'm going to talk with my friend in Greece, who is the one who introduced me to you. And I find out how, you know, to do the rest. I'm only 3 days, you know, and he talked to me about the
really.
webinar.
You're so welcome.
Yeah.
Yes, it's coming
Thank
from
you.
the heart. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Nice to hear everybody, all of you.
We will be here. I do this so many years, but you know, every time I think about the products, I get the fire inside. And the people who help. I will share a couple of stories, myself. But you know, we were in Poland with my wife, training the network there. And I gave this very, very long message from Charlotte, how she was excited, feeling a lot better. Also, in the first discussion with Charlene, we're talking about health and health products, and she realized very fast that she needs the next level of therapeutic products. So we don't heal disease, but the body does. But we give the strength to the body to do it. Finally, and for me, after so many years, after 10 years of search, I could find DXN, and now it's just history, what's happening. But because she talks about GL, so in DXN we have the spore of the Ganoderma and the root. Just going to focus today, we're going to go to Ganotherapy for 15 minutes now. So I start with the Ganoderma. The root of the Ganoderma we use for the white part of the blood. The white blood cells, your autoimmune system, which is extremely complex. There's about 80 types. So now Charlene started strong with the products. And 1 week ago, we're talking, I tell you, you don't need much about DXN in second phase. Just GL to halt your autoimmune system and spirulina to feel well. And if you like enzymes or coffee, you don't need to spend a lot of money in DXN. Strong beginning and then go to conserve. Why I'm telling this? Because we have so many cases also with like autoimmune problems with Charlotte. We hold the autoimmune systems with the root of the Ganoderma. Because you have active immune system, your army is ready to fight whatever is coming inside. The medicine do the opposite, but it stop attacking your body. And we know this because from multiple sclerosis cases we have in Greece. It shows really fast what's happening. Because we don't have supplements, we have superfoods. I was talking about it. Let's talk about the Ganotherapy. I'm going to share another presentation because we promised you today to share knowledge. This is what we do. So let me see you also. About this. So it's coming from therapy and Ganoderma. Ganoderma is this mushroom. You know, I like to tell you something. When you look for Ganoderma, you should know it's a Greek word. It means shiny skin. Ganoderma. So this mushroom should be shiny. But many copy companies, they produce, or Chinese or something, they produce the Ganoderma and you see the plantation and the Ganoderma is not shiny. It's not effective, this. From 20 kilos of products, we only produce 1 kilo of powder of Ganoderma. So it's super condensed, our Ganoderma. This is why small amounts work. Let's talk about it in this presentation. So our approach is holistic. It's not focused on disease, it's focused on health. Because it's working and so many, this vast ocean of health testimonials online, go and check. As I did. And we helped a lot more people by other DXN partners sharing their testimonial. As you cannot believe. Maybe one day we do only testimonials video. So many. So actually we don't have supplements. We have functional superfoods. But we are here because it's working. How it's working? The most natural way. The body is working with what enters the body. Mainly through your mouth. It really affects your health. And in the Americas, there is a very big problem in the gut health. You know, because I have been in so many companies and I see similar products. All the companies talk about detoxification, but they offer only your intestine and colon detoxification. This is just the pill of the body. If you want to detoxify, you need to have a worker that goes on your tissues, on your organs, and around the cell and inside the cell, and take the garbage out, the toxins, and take them successfully outside of your body. This is detoxification. And because I tried with so many products and nothing was really working, nobody was getting better. Especially with toxin-related problems, which are diabetes, arthritis, cancer. In Ganotherapy, this is one disease, one and the same disease. How we know it's working? I told you about the arthritis of my mother-in-law. We have many cases about arthritis, but the same disease is diabetes. Why? What is the similarity? Diabetes is spreading of toxins around your cells. And so your cells do not want to interact with the environment. The cell membrane becomes harder, less intellectual. So it means less oxygen inside, more toxins inside the cell, less sugar inside the cell. But your body is hungry. It doesn't want you to die. So it overproduces insulin to push the sugar inside the cell in a non-natural way. And then you can die if you're hypoglycemia, shock. So what's happening with the Ganoderma? The Ganoderma has a very strong garbage man. Is the organic germanium. Is going around your cell and inside your cell, taking the toxin outside. So after 6 to 12 months of consuming, it has to do with how many years you are, you have this problem, the condition of your body. We're going to talk about this in this presentation. You can get free of diabetes forever, like you were younger, your body. Why? Because we take away all the negative effect of the toxins, because the toxins are no more where they used to be. So what we're going to say now, it's common knowledge to doctors, but in the simple way our company explained to us, I had never heard it in 10 years in many companies with supplements and things like this. So, okay, the truth. Our body cannot effectively get rid of all the toxins inside, cannot take them out. This is a fact. What happens next? First level of defense. Your body is trying to take it out with a sweat. Maybe the sweat is smelly, the feet are smelling. Mine are not. Arthritis, they try to hide. They try to sweep the toxins under the rug, like we say, to hide them someplace, because it's not enough in the normal detoxification system to take it out. So second level, they start to crystallize the toxins. Where? Around your bones. These toxins are like small knives, so they create inflammation, they cutting there. So your body is starting to use calcium around it to make it smoother. This is how you get arthritis. You can also get, not arthritis, but calcium deposition on prostate if you are a man. If you are a woman, no. You have other issues, the women with a thyroid, or toxins on the women glands on the chest. So this is toxins, it's cutting, and then the inflammation creates cyst. And the cyst, if we don't treat, can be cancerous, unfortunately, or on your lymphs. But for us, because it's toxin related, it's just one disease. And when you remove the toxins, you remove the disease. Cancer, yes, so many cases. And I can say this because I'm in Europe. So next time, let people join, because I can say talk freely, because I'm broadcasting from Europe. Finish. I can say this because we have the experience and the results, and there are thousands. This is why we're talking about it. So also, I talk about arthritis, diabetes, the cancer is the same disease for us. Some people have problems in the toe. How do they call it? Charlotte and Charlene. This problem when you have the toe pain.
Gout.
How?
Gout.
Really?
Gout.
Okay, I'm with you.
I
I don't know all English words, just
Bunions or corns. I'm not sure because he's
Yes.
talking about calcium deposits. You have that extra.
yes. Okay, it's very painful. It's the same thing with the Ganoderma and with the Cordipine also for the beginning, very strong product. Another time we're going to talk about. We remove the toxin, so the problem goes away. You have crooked fingers. In time, with detoxification, they become straight. Why? Because the reason why you have arthritis here goes away. The toxins go away. And we have seen this in our family. Before that, in other people. And we can save operation. We can save your thyroid. I have people join the business because their relatives saved the thyroid from operation. From this small cyst, I don't know in English how they call them, they were turning canceric. And after 3 months of treatment, no need for operation. Why? Because, first of all, we work in the blood, clean the blood, and the blood does it work. Start cleaning the body. Also, we give extra molecules to repair the damage done. So the body in the put aside phase to sweep under the rug toxins, we can clear them. Also in your spine, so important. Very bad circulation around the spine. Many people suffer chronic pain in the back. Why? If you remove the toxins, inflammation goes away, the cyst goes away, it's clean. Physiotherapy tries to work, but what happens with physiotherapy, I like to tell you? Because there is the reason of inflammation, which is the toxins, like small knives. It's always cutting. When you make move, you create a bigger wound. Of course, you need movement, but you need to remove the cause of the wound, which is the toxins. And we do that very, very successfully. When you have liver, fatty liver, what's happened? There are toxins, but the liver, to protect you from the wound that's causing every minute, it's cutting you, it surrounds this with fat. Also, the body uses fat to deposit toxins. But when the toxins go away, the fat goes away and you lose weight. And you don't know why, and we tell you why. Because we lower the levels of toxins. Same thing happened with asthma. We lower the level of toxins, asthma goes away. So is this for all things? If there is the same root problem in one disease, so they call it disease, we call it alternative physiology. You return back to normal. Your body does that. It's made to do that. Just give it the strength to do. As I told you before, if we don't treat in time inflammation and the cyst, it can become canceric. Because of bad circulation, you don't have oxygen in the area, and these cells turn to I don't know, anaerobic cycle of how you say, function. And they turn canceric, and they don't die on time. So they don't close the cycle, and it becomes cancer. So we need to restore immediately the circulation in every single bit of your body. What I like to share another thing with Ganoderma, when I learned in the beginning, it was that when you have acidic pH in your blood, it becomes to clot. Very, very tiny clots. But the majority of your circulation is the, how you call it? The capillaries. There, your very, very tiny red blood vessels go one by one. When you have a small clot, it blocks the way. So with Ganoderma, we clean the microcirculation. This is why when you start taking Ganoderma in the coffee, it's possible the first 2 weeks that I have to tell you in the first screen, we talk about urine. Your urine will become darker. It's about detoxification. What's happening? I have a story about it. So I have a friend working in a hospital in Greece, in Athens. He gave the cordipine and coffee to a colleague, very heavy smoker. And she tells him the second day her urine became black. Not black as a figure of speech, but very dark. You know what happened? The body was starting to dispose the tar in her lungs and inside many, many places. So this is why when we start the Ganoderma, we start slowly, because the detoxification starts happening from the first day. Let me drink some water. So, you know, because time has passed, I decided this would be the first part of Ganotherapy. This works. We suggest you to try in your life. Ask us questions and we give the answers. But because it has worked so much, we have the courage to say it really works. It works like when you are hungry and you eat bread and you are not hungry, it's exactly the same way. It's food, but it works. I hope you see it in your life too. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Pavlos. That was absolutely amazing. We absolutely enjoyed that. The Ganotherapy session was amazing. Thank you.
Sorry, Charlotte, we have a question.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Let's talk about the hair loss. Hair loss is inability of your body to keep something. What does it mean? Nutrients are missing. So what we tell you, what we do, fill the storage with nutrients. How? Ganoderma and spirulina is the best. Or if you're a woman, noni and spirulina and coffee. You will see the results. Fibroids. So why the body will form fibroids in the first place? Because it uses tissue, available tissue, to surround the inflammation. So we start to stop the inflammation with the cordipine, which is super duper product, our top. The cordipine, you know it works immediately. And second level, we will use the RG, reishi gano, which is the spore of Ganoderma. This does the very deep level of detoxification. So we remove inside your body the source of inflammation, and then the body normalizes this. Do it before it's too late. So they help. And I explained to you the mechanism. I have more to tell you. I will save some stories, super exciting, also from the island when Sherlyn is leaving for the next time. Thank you.
Thank you again so much, Pavlos. That was amazing. Don't know if everybody knows, but Greece is 7 hours ahead. So
Yeah.
it's nighttime. It's past 11 o'clock and they're headed toward midnight. So we cannot thank you and Sherlyn enough. And everybody who joined from Greece, thank you. The presentation was amazing. So many amazing lessons about wellness and the body's ability to repair itself when we give it the right things sourced from nature. Normally, I know a lot of folks are used to breakout rooms. We don't have breakout rooms. If anybody has any questions, please definitely get with the person who invited you. Pavlos, I don't know how.
If you like to use breakout rooms, we will certainly can use. You
Oh,
are
okay.
a co-host. You can do as people request.
Great.
Yeah, we have another
Yes,
question.
but it's good. We have now the Q&A session. We can do it more heavily because we have a question. So we will continue with the Q&A. And later, if you want the breakout rooms, let them send you personal message and you handle, and I would go. Because you know, when I talk about Ganotherapy, I get so much energy. Now I need to go and walk. I cannot sleep in front of me. Because, you know, it's turning point of life of people inside this webinar today. So to change your eating habits, it's good generally to not have bad eating habits. I don't have good eating habits. I like junk. And in Greece, it's so tastier than, sorry. It tastes better here. We have amazing food. I love it. I need the Ganoderma, but balanced diet is a must. But sorry about this, how you can do it. Now we need to talk about it in the webinar about getting slimmer. I'm going to go in depth, but to change your appetite, we have a very easy way. Use Sherlyn and Charlotte will explain to you about the enzyme mix, black cumin and lion's mane, to change your gut health permanently in a natural way, not to push, not with supplements. So you need to change the balance in your microbiome. It's very difficult to do. With our product, it's very easy to do because enzymes are lacking, and then you don't need too much. You have different cravings because the master of your appetite is not your brain, is your friends that live inside your gut. I'm sorry, it's the truth. We will explain in depth. And when you give a chance to your good friends there to operate, to become more and fight the enemy, it changes your appetite. For me personally, I eat as much as I like. And my friends, especially ladies, they say, "Oh, Pavlos, you're so mean. You know, I hate you because you always eat what you like, sweets. Why you put and I cannot eat?" It's just use the enzyme mix and the black cumin. Especially if you're a woman, you see a lot of results in woman health, psychological health, and appetite. So you don't suffer. Lose weight without suffering. This is what we have. I hope I cover some ground, but to leave you in breakout rooms, here I will play videos. If somebody wants breakout room with you, they can do, or there is another day also in our lives. I will play a couple of videos. Thank you so much. It's been a privilege for me. Let's continue. Sherlyn, I'm sorry, but Sherlyn is big star in presenting, very professional.
Of course, absolutely.
You're so lucky. Me too.
She's amazing. Yes, we love her for all that
And
she
thank you
does.
for strong leadership, Sherlyn. And
Yes.
what I like to tell you, thank you for sharing the truth. But actually now with a few products, you have so many big changes in your life.
Mm.
You will have strong balance because many people are waiting to listen about DXN from you. Bravo. And Charlotte, okay, you're a natural star. Thank you so much. Have a good time. Have a good night for us.
Thank you. Have a
For
good
your
Thank
good
you.
day.
Thank you for joining
Thank you,
us.
Carlos.
Thank you. And so if anybody wants to hang around, Pavlos is going to show more videos. If you've got any questions, you can message me directly.
Yeah.